So I think the first moment that I realized I had sort of the DNA of an entrepreneur, it happened later on in life, but it actually brought me back to my childhood. And when I sat in front of this guy who was giving me the interview to work here, I instantly thought back to sour cream and my childhood. Growing up, my mom worked really hard. I was raised by a single mother. She worked 3 jobs, and no stranger to hard work, obviously. But I think that, as a child, you don't realize the value of money and how hard people have to work for it until you get some perspective later on in life. And, we used to have, t-ball practice, baseball practice that we would go to. And I remember one day my best friend's mom picked me up from practice, and like a tradition that my mom and I used to have, would go to grab, Taco Bell or McDonald's, and we pull in and we order 2 Taco Supremes, cinnamon twists, and a small Pepsi. And never before had I ordered the Taco Supremes, which came with this delicious layer of sour cream. To me, it was the caviar of my existence. I was over the moon to be introduced to Taco Bell, sour cream, and Taco Supremes. And when we went back the following week, my mom, who was always ever the teacher, right? We used to pay for the drinks and the food with the change in her ashtray. And so, I'd be counting pennies, nickels, quarters, dimes to get there. And when we got to the front window, we didn't have enough. Later on in life, that I realized that was not enough to satisfy a young Chris Hager's appetite. And thus, I was hungry for more food. My mom said, look, no more sour cream. And so, growing up and getting some perspective on what money actually meant that early on in life, when I came to a spot where I actually found a space here at Aflac, I realized immediately that I was an entrepreneur. And this was a space for me to be really in business for myself, but not necessarily in business by myself. And based on the example that my mom had set with, being a teacher, tutoring kids after school, and on top of that, working at the Nordstrom's, fragrance department 2 to 3 nights a week, that hard work was second nature to me. And it was really more about finding an opportunity where it didn't matter what my experience was prior to coming in. It didn't matter that I didn't have a college degree. It didn't matter that I didn't have 3 to 5 years of industry experience. I had the work ethic, and I had the training, and I had the ability to go out and make it for myself. And so when you ask me what my why is, why am I here, why did I choose this as an opportunity? I chose this as an opportunity because of sour cream, because that to me was the thing that represented a better life for me, my wife, my kids, and even my mom and dad as I grew up and got older.